The Ethiopia-Somaliland deal was signed just 2 weeks ago on January 1st, 2024. Allows landlocked Ethiopia access to the Red Sea for both commercial and military purposes. The deal will connect Ethiopia to the international trade markets and will also boost their national economic development, but in return, Ethiopia promised to recognize Somaliland as an independent country. As soon as the deal was signed between Ethiopia and the unrecognized Somaliland, Red Sea became the center of conflicts in the Horn of Africa. Somalia's government considers Somaliland as part of its territory and has vowed to defend its sovereignty. It started a diplomatic campaign against the Ethiopia-Somaliland deal. The African Union, Egypt, United States of America, and the European Union all issued public statements backing Somalia, and they all urged Ethiopia to respect Somalia's sovereignty. The situation was regional conflict until Turkey pledged their readiness to defend Somalia's land and maritime boundaries. Let us check back if Turkish government have done such things before. In Libya's 2019 war, Turkish government stepped up a military support to Libya's government of Prime Minister Faiz Siraj. Turkish government defeated the allied of Field Marshal Khalifa Haftar. Turkish intervention weakened the advance of Haftar's forces and helped the Tripoli government to regain some of the territory they lost when the war broke out in April 2019. While Ankara enjoys a close economic, diplomatic and military friendship with both Somalia and Ethiopia, but this time they firmly stand with Somalia. Turkish non-governmental organizations and companies are highly active in Somalia, especially in education, energy and finance. Turkey has built an 80,000 square meter embassy in Mogadishu. It is the biggest embassy in Africa. It was opened in 2011, but the two countries' relations started from the Ottoman Empire. Turkish embassy in Mogadishu was inaugurated in 1979, closed in 1991 due to civil war, and reopened on November 2011. Red Sea is today's arena for clash of African Arab power politics, and it seems Ethiopia is jumping to the conclusion. In the first week of signing the Memorandum of Understanding between Ethiopia and Somaliland, the landlocked Ethiopia quickly invited the unrecognized Somaliland's military leader, Nuh Ismail, and he met with Ethiopia's Field Marshal Birhanu Yula. This meeting angered Somalia, who considers Somaliland as part of its territory and has vowed to defend its sovereignty. The irritated Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh flew to Egypt and met with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. When it comes to Ethiopia and Egypt, this is where things get spicy. The two countries never liked each other. There is a long-running dispute over the Nile River. Ethiopia is building a dam on the Blue Nile tributary in the northern Ethiopia highlands, from where 85% of Nile's waters flow. The dam is 19 miles or 30 kilometers. In addition, this dam is Africa's biggest hydroelectric dam project. It's more than a mile long and 145 meter height. Building the dam is not quite complete yet, but has already involved 12 years of construction process and is scheduled for completion in 2024. Building this mega dam costs $5 billion. You might be asking, why did Ethiopia spend so much money on the dam? The primary purpose of the dam is electricity production. The dam will produce electricity for the 60% of Ethiopia's population who currently have no electricity supply. So Egypt is terrified and has accused Ethiopia of threatening its supply of water from the River Nile. Egypt, with a population of 113 million people, relies on the River Nile for almost all of its fresh water, more specifically for its households and agriculture, especially growing cotton, which requires a large amount of water supply. Not only that, but Egypt also uses the Nile water to fill Lake Nasser, the reservoir for Egypt's own hydroelectric power plant, the Aswan High Dam. In addition, Sudan, with a population of 50 million people, is also reliant on water from the Nile River. In 2020, officials from Egypt came to the self-proclaimed Republic of Somaliland and requested a military base in the Red Sea. At the time, Ethiopia stood firmly against Egypt's military base in the East African region, and finally, Egypt's military base proposal in the Red Sea fell through. As the Memorandum of Understanding between Ethiopia and Somaliland was signed on January 1st, the situation in the Horn of Africa is on the verge of war. Ethiopia already moved some of their military troops towards Somalia's border. This deal threatens to inflame the tension between Ethiopia and Somalia. The two countries have territorial and political dispute background, and it all started in the late 1940s when the Somali-inhabited Ogaden region was handed to Ethiopia by the British government who colonized the region. During the war in 1977, the Somali military succeeded the first phase of the war and reached near the Ethiopia's capital city of Addis Ababa. At the time, Somalia's military was much equipped and stronger than the Ethiopians, but things turned to the other side immediately after the Soviet Union, Cuba, and some other countries came to fight alongside the Ethiopian army. With the help of the allies, Ethiopia's army succeeded to push back the Somali military. Since then, the Ogaden region stays under the Ethiopian rule. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to Echo Tech Hub, please consider subscribing. It is totally free and it will help us create more interesting videos. See you in the next video.